if you have competitors, why should I choose you and not your competitor? And this is the hardest question, not the hardest question to do.
Welcome to the Tech Savvy Recruiter, the podcast for recruitment and staffing agency owners keen to explore the tech innovations reshaping our industry. I'm Andrew Roger from RecMate.
And I'm Belinda Kerr from Recruitment Garage, and together we're your hosts, bringing you a stellar lineup of tech experts ready to help you understand and, more importantly, benefit from the increasing array of tech available to you today.
Well, welcome today. Belinda and I have a great guest lined up for you. Please join me in welcoming Daniel Shnaider to the Tech Savvy Recruiter. Daniel is the founder of AnyBiz, and I think one or two other businesses as well, which is an AI agent play to drive your BD in recruitment and other sales environments too. So Daniel, welcome to the show today. And would you mind telling our listeners a little bit more about yourself and what you do?
Yeah, first, thank you for having me here. It's very, very exciting. I'm Daniel from Israel. I invested around 10 years in the university, and I thought, this knowledge I have to implement and do something interesting. And then I developed a lot of interesting things in the military of Israel, very for special operations. And I said, okay, innovation and technology is something I really want to do, but I want to do it the way I want. And then I started many businesses. Most of them failed, as always. Some of them succeed. And here I mean today, and I try always to find a problem which significant and can help the world. And this is how everything started. We started working on something that actually can reduce the time of people investing in doing something, and the machine that can do much more things right now will do it better and faster. And that's it. And this is how everything started. I'm in love with machine learning and AI for I think maybe 8 years already. I was in a Shark Tank in Israel, developed other machine learning and AI things. So so I'm into this way before it was a word that my grandma even can say, AI, but way before it was a buzz. So this is where I am. Yeah.
Amazing.
I was just going to say AI has certainly been with us for a while, but it hasn't been fashionable or popular up until probably 18 months, 2 years ago, really, where it's on the tip of most tongues in the business world, at least. My kindergarten teacher for my son isn't talking about AI, thankfully, but I think outside of most other learning places up, past that early grade level, it's amongst us all. So, yeah, really glad to have you here today, Daniel.
Yeah, I'm really keen to hear what you have to say, Daniel, because I think this is a really interesting point, this kind of automation of business development and the keeping that personal touch. I'm really interested to hear what you say. And I'd love to kick off with, how do you think, or how do you believe that AI sales agents are revolutionizing lead gen in recruitment? And what specific challenges are they uniquely equipped to address in today's market?
Yeah, so first, I want to say how everything started when I started to look how people work. What the decision makes the self-development representative, the HR, the headhunter, what they are doing. And I understood they are not doing something that the machine cannot do. Obviously, there are some decision making by the people that machine still cannot do, but most of the things the machine can do. They're looking for something specific, what they look in the eye, with their eyes on LinkedIn or somewhere, and then what they're doing next, how they craft the message, how they know what to write. Okay, so and everything. And I ask myself, if I would have this knowledge, if I can automate it, and that's it. And I think this is the big thing about it right now with the language models. I immediately can understand what is written in the profile of LinkedIn, right? Immediately, if you wrote something, you're in the headline or something in the description, I can understand everything about you as a person, as if you are going and trying to do something. So I can do it with a machine faster. I can make it, much more scalable, and I can reach out to a lot of candidates in just a click of a button, and personalized every message, everything like a human, but faster and actually much more effective. More than that, if my database has more information about this person when he is replying. For example, I know this person is replying around 6 p.m. I don't know. This is why I learned from previous outreach to this candidate. So I will be 59 on his LinkedIn or in his mailbox because I know he's there. He's on the computer. A human cannot do that, and that's it. So I started to learn how people behave and how they are doing their outreach to the potential candidates, recruit people, or doing outreach for sales, and that's it. And just copy it and make it much more scalable, and teach the machine, develop machine learning algorithms. That's it. And this is the revolution, I think. The only thing that AI cannot do today, I think, and not I think, I know, is to be creative, but not creative outside the box, because there is a box for the AI. There is a box. It can give you ideas that you didn't think about, but not ideas outside the box. But this is the only thing the machine learning and AI cannot do today. That's it. To be creative, and this is, I think, the advantage of the human, to be creative. But what I've seen from other recruiters or headhunters, the process is very standard. That's it. They're looking for the title. They're sending them a LinkedIn message. Are you looking for a job or something like that? And that's it. And I copy it, make it more personalized, exciting, and that's it.
Yeah, I think AI needs to be careful too now, because I know that because of the rise, I get this all the time, because of the rise of AI and automation, there's these little radars up now going, is that a real person or isn't it? And Andrew and I have often had this conversation about, we don't mind if it's automation, if it's useful to us. Andrew gives a really good example of an ATM machine. You don't care that you have to go, you don't speak to anyone to go and get your money out. You don't want to go and stand in a long queue of in the bank to get your money out. And I think for me that's a big part of it. Has to be like, even if the person knows it's AI, they might look past that if it's going to get them where they want to go faster.
Yeah, I was just going to add to that. It's getting very close though. That creativity, I think, is just around the corner, Daniel. I think that we will see that come soon in different ways. However, I was a really good mate of mine I used to work with. He's a sales trainer. He's out of New York now, and he put up on LinkedIn the other day. He said, "I disrupted my follow-ups in a different way." He had a little video of him throwing a ball in the snow with his dog and his wife, and the ball was being thrown back and forth between his wife and him, and the dog would run in between. And he sent some quirky message with that little snippet, and that sort of broke the usual, hey, I'm just following up, hey, you might not have seen my last message kind of thing, which traditionally might go out. And that little bit of creativity, as you put down, I think is yet to come. But I've got a feeling it's not too far away from us. I really enjoyed you mentioning that personal touch as well, because I think AI can do that. And maybe you can explain how from, I guess, maybe your sales agents, your AI agents, how they can leverage their machine learning and data analytics to personalize outreach. Because I think that that's really important with BD work, to make sure it is honed as much as you can to the target, to develop more and quickly change it from a cold to a warm lead there. So how does that work with your team?
Okay, so the outreach is made in 3 channels: email, LinkedIn, and phone calls. And the phone calls is automated, so it's calling and talking like, it's not a human is doing it. So we learn a lot of things. For example, on what channel should I outreach to this prospect? What channel? Email, LinkedIn, or phone? Where he's available, right? So this is something we train our machine learning. And when we need to outreach, should we include emojis or not in the message? Because this person is serious or not? Should we be friendly or we need to be official? And this is what we teach our machine about every prospect. As we have more customers is outreaching, we learn about the outreachers and the people around the world, what they're preferring, right? So we have a lot of data. About personalization, we collect data about you in every public data or available. For LinkedIn, let's say you wrote in yourself that you like, let's say, skydiving. For me, I like skydiving. It's written in my profile on LinkedIn, so you can read it. Okay, so skydiving. I when I will outreach to you, I say, when was your last jump, for example? It's already
Right,
personalized,
amazing.
right? Or many other things. So, for example, I saw you worked for, let's say, Samsung. And and I can ask you, what do you prefer, Samsung or Apple, even though you work there, right? What phone will you choose? It will give you a personal touch, but then I will see whenever if you are replying or not. I know when I outreach to you, and then I will see when did you reply, what did you reply, did you like it or not, and then I will write in my database, okay, Andrew doesn't like when we do this personal things. He loves to be, let's say, official. And next time when other customer of ours will outreach to you because you are a prospect or a candidate, it will be more official. And this is how it improves all the time. And no person in the world can do that because it's too much data, you know.
Yeah.
And this is the advantage of the machine right now.
You can certainly do it on a very small scale, can't you? I was talking to a colleague yesterday, and I said, "Oh, thanks for that lead." I messaged the target, and he came back very, very bluntly saying, "Thanks, not interested in this time." And I said, "Oh, I felt a little bit put out because it was very short and sharp, and didn't really give you much context into why not." And he said, "Oh, Andrew, don't worry about him. He deals with the government agencies all the time, and he has to be very short and sharp in his correspondence. So that's the way he works every email." But if I knew that and you knew that, Daniel, you'd correspond in a very different way, and that would get a lot more cut through to him. It'd be more efficient in his mind that we don't have all this fluff in our email. We've just got to the point. This is what we need,
Yeah, yeah,
or this is what we do. Can we help you?
exactly, exactly.
So, Daniel, as you're floating around this tech world and recruitment, you've obviously looked at a lot of different products and seen how, where AI is going in this realm. I'd love to know what sort of trends you're observing. So, if we think about, traditional recruitment as opposed to where we're going, especially around the sales process, what are you seeing people more, moving towards? Where do you, and I mean, I know the big answer is we're going to use a lot more AI, but more specifically, like what sort of tools, where in that whole sales process, where are the real gems that we should be really doubling down on?
I definitely believe, when you use these tools, you become much more effective. Tools for, for automation, you become much more effective as a business. So why should you spend so much time doing it manually or hire some person to do it full time? All this process by himself, doing mistakes, and it's cost so much. If you can be more effective, why not? And I think this is the where the early adopters now are using. So our customers is many early adopters, the one that are not afraid technology. They love to try. Obviously, there are people that always say no, this is not, it will not work, it doesn't work, nobody needs it. But people said the same for the smartphone. No, I prefer the buttons, but it was the same thing. And now every person in the world uses a smartphone. This is the obvious thing. And I believe, and I know, I mean, this is what will be in 5, 6, 7 years. This will be the only way to do content, to do videos, to do outreach. You don't need it. So people will focus on what is more important in the business. I don't know, to be creative. How should I be different? Because all the businesses have the ability to write SEO content, right? Let's say SEO content or outreach in effective way. So then what makes you different as a business? So the creativity, the real creativity, differentiation of the business, I think this is what will win and what will make the business much more successful, because it will be very easy to outreach, very easy to write content, very easy to edit, very easy to do everything. Everything will be very easy. But now you need to, so what makes you different then? Well, so I think this is where the world is going. Obviously, I hear many people say, no, the AI is not good, is, many things, but it's not true. This is not true because this market is tens of billions of dollars already, and it will continue to grow. And you see what's going on. And, you see what's going on with Nvidia, with China, and it's obvious what's going to happen. People investing a lot of
Yeah.
money in this. Yeah.
And it's interesting what you say about the value, because if everybody's doing the same thing, then there's no value in any of it. And I think this is why it's so much more important to people to really nail down in their specialism and be able to speak directly to those people and go really, really deep, because otherwise you just get lost in the noise. And you see it already, people just creating content because they can, and it's just it's just vanilla and it's landing nowhere. And so if people are going to consume it and see it, it needs to be something really special. And if AI is helping you do that, amazing. But if people are lazy, I think it backfires.
Yeah, definitely yes.
Yeah, it's interesting. I saw a feed the other day, and it had two computers talking to each other. Okay, they were both AI bots. One was representing Mr. Roger. I'm here to get a few quotes for an upcoming event, and the other was, "Hi, I'm an AI receptionist. How can I help you?" And then they recognised that they were both AI, and then they started having a conversation in machine language as opposed to speech to make it more efficient. So it was quite interesting to see how that could play out. And to your point, Belinda, you'll put content out there, and then maybe my AI bot will respond to that content, right? So it's AI talking to AI, maybe, and then eventually human to human cut through there. And you said a few things around, I guess, compliance and on the tip of everyone's tongue is, I think, around concerns about data privacy and ethical use of AI, and how does that all play out? Are we going to end up in a Terminator 2 reality, or how will this play out for our industry? Because our industry deals with a lot of sensitive information, and that trust factor is there that needs to be satisfied before people invest and start utilizing AI technology in the mainstream of their business days. So how do you see, or maybe how does your business ensure there are those compliances around privacy, ethics, and ultimately building trust?
Yeah, so first, we are using only public data. So if you want to, or if you don't want, there are a lot of public data about every person in the internet, most of the people. Obviously, business professionals, and so it's very easy to find. And this is what we're using. If it's public, you can. If I can read it on Google, so I can take it. If I can go on LinkedIn and take it, so I will take it. But and I think also around privacy, this is something that will be solved. Whereas there is a lot of money, people find a way to solve it. As a TikTok, people, companies try to, countries try to shut it down for some way, but believe me, the number of users don't go down.
No.
Whereas there are money,
Yeah.
people or companies find a way to do that, and unfortunately, this is the way, and nothing could be done about it. But we are small, and obviously we're not TikTok, but we are using the public data, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not as big as TikTok yet, Daniel. Not yet. Right. So maybe soon. Yeah, it's and I think there'll be solutions there, as you said. There'll be AI bots to help me maintain my privacy, maintain my security online as well. So there'll be almost like an AI bodyguard. If you're like, hey Andrew, you're exposing this information. Did you mean to do that? Should I retract that and tidy that up for you? So I think there's going to be there's lots of, I guess, things that'll come in defense of the things that could be perhaps done by those that aren't maybe as ethically level as you.
Agree.
So it's just fascinating. My mind keeps spinning with this whole subject matter.
So, Daniel, one of the reasons Andrew and I started this podcast was really to try and bridge that gap between, tech, AI, that world, recruitment, with regard to recruitment and recruitment founders, because there's a huge chasm, and trying to, let it connect each other and let each other know what's going on. And I think what's sometimes really important is understanding the real case, like the real world case studies. So if you've got anything that you can share where somebody's gone from, doing it the old fashioned way to perhaps using your product, and what the results have been, some key metrics that have come out of that, perhaps some learnings as well. Just anything that you've got to share on that front would be great.
Yeah, I think the best is whenever I built before, or I'm building now, it's something that I can test on myself. If I can, I'm the one that they test on me everything. So if it worked for me, I believe in. Then so my case study, our company's case study, we have an HR, and we needed to recruit a good amount of people in a small amount of time. And she said, "How I can do that? I need to outreach to a lot of people. Then I need to interview. I'm alone." She was alone. And then we said, okay, let's try this and see if we can outreach to a lot of people. We'll send them your calendar. start to build a relationship on LinkedIn quickly, send an email, and then we'll send your calendar. And let's see, maybe your calendar will be full of interviews, and let's see, maybe it will work. And this is what we did, and it actually worked very well. And she had so many interviews, and we could recruit much faster. The other option we had is to hire someone to put into our cultures and to teach him how to do something, and then he will outreach, pay him salary, pay him for a LinkedIn recruiter, and he will do the outreach, fill out the calendar. It costs a lot of money, obviously, to hire someone to do the outreach. Then it costs a lot of time to do everything. But I just did it in 10 minutes for her, and that's it. And took what we had, shaped it a bit according to the needs of the HR, and that's it. And it worked very well. So I actually saved, and I saved money because I didn't recruit a headhunter or recruiter, right? So obviously we're improving it all the time, but now you see, so I saved head count in my company. And a person in your company needs to get attention, needs to get a birthday gift. He needs to 6 days leave days. I don't know. And now I don't need it. So because the bot is working all the time.
And what were the positions that you were filling?
Right now we were hiring around 5 positions. So much, So, and I have only one HR to do the interview. So social media managers. We're looking for product analysts. Right now, we're looking for SEO content writer specific that we need. Mainly I would say mainly marketing team also we have. So for her to go and to make the outreach takes time, right? Make the interviews take time. So now we're much faster, much more effective as a company, much cheaper, and everything is fine. That's it. And the candidate itself, one moment, the candidate itself doesn't know it's AI yet. Whenever there'll be a lot of AI agents, he will know. But then I will need to think what will make us different. So right now, the candidates not doesn't know if it's AI or not. They think this is the HR outreaching to me right now. Let's see what will be in 2 years. I don't know.
So, given what you've said, then, if you're a recruitment company listening to this, they're going, "Oh, okay, so that's obviously a red flag." What would you say to sort of appease recruitment companies that their whole world isn't going to disappear?
I have nothing to say. They need to innovate. There are also agencies for lead generation. It's also using our product, and they don't need to do all the manual things. They just kind of drop ship their service to us, and that's it. And they just do nothing, and they continue running the business. They are just on the front selling their services, using us on the back end as an engine, and that's it. Maybe they will
Yeah,
disappear, but a lot of things disappeared in this world. I don't know. Blockbuster
yeah,
disappeared. Huge company disappeared. What you can do?
yeah. Kodak is another one, isn't it? Yeah, lots of them, and more to come, obviously.
Yeah, I mean,
Interesting.
I think BK, a warning shot was just fired across the bow of the recruitment ship by Daniel,
I think so.
saying, "Hey guys, just wake up. If you haven't got if you're not starting to think about this, this is the time.
Yeah.
But you should be acting on this very, very quickly."
Yeah,
Is
so there's
is
a
You
the
need
real
to,
truth.
massive message.
as a
Learn.
business, you have to innovate all the time. There are a
Yeah,
Yeah,
lot of case studies. I studied also MBA, one of my degrees. Many case studies. You're just sitting and say how this company just disappeared. How Nokia
yeah.
disappeared. Where is Nokia? You heard about Nokia? Nothing. A huge
yeah,
They used to have a
company.
game,
Every
the
phone,
snake game, didn't they? Yeah,
everyone played this game. Right now, no Nokia anymore because they didn't innovate. I think back then they didn't believe in the smartphones. They just didn't go after this or something like that. Disappeared. Blockbuster disappeared after Netflix. Disappeared. That's it. No more company.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
yeah. I think, in fact, Blockbuster disappeared way before Netflix, didn't they? If my
No,
memory serving
because
me
of
right.
Netflix. No,
No,
because of
because of
Netflix.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
yeah,
And
it's
they'd
interesting.
previously wiped the floor with the other companies because of they innovated. Blockbuster did innovate and did really well there for a long time. But it was that they were the ones that like get it now, get it free, or something like that, and that did really well. But then, yeah, as you say, Netflix has come and wiped them off the planet. Interesting. So what do you think is next, Daniel? Where what's the next 12, 18? That's a long time now, 12, 18 months.
Yeah,
What's
it's
going to bring
almost
us?
eternity in the way that things are
Yeah,
moving.
yeah, yeah.
For sure, I think in at least in 2 years, maybe 3 years, there will be agents talking to each other. So there will be agents that trying to sell or to recruit, and on the other side there will be also agents that try to sell back or So they will talk to each other. So this is the challenge to think really how you as a business can be in the middle and do something different and more exciting. So you will grab the attention because wherever you go, you see a lot of advertisements. A lot of all the companies try to grab your attention, but how to be different and unique? It's interesting. I don't know. I'm thinking about it all the time. This
Yeah,
is this
fascinating.
is the main question. This is the main question.
Yeah, cool.
There's lots of things coming up in our space. Definitely, BK, around how to continually improve productivity, getting the humans to do more human things. I think is probably the mantra that our leaders in our industry need to think about. How can I take away that process stuff from my team, which humans aren't very good at doing? We can only do one thing at one time generally, whereas the machine can do unlimited things basically at one time. So yeah, innovate. I think is the probably the summary from this session from me.
Yeah, 100%. That's yeah, fascinating stuff, Daniel. And that whole jump to where the bots are talking to the bots. I don't know where the human fits into that, somewhere obviously way down the
I
chain. But that's fascinating, isn't it?
I did it actually. I did it. I we have bots, and I called from one bot to other bot, and it started to talk to each other. And listen, I'm not the open AI. I'm a small company in and I could do that. I mean, they talk to each other and they answer to question to each other and try to sell to each other. And you just listen, and it's crazy. You're standing in the middle, and you are for some of the time they are doing better than human. The peas, they even can a bit show emotions, happiness. It's crazy. It's really crazy
Yeah.
already. So this
Yeah.
will be the future for sure. Because for let's say for my business, I don't want to waste an employee or team member to answer a phone call. So what I will put a bot
Yeah,
or an agent. So if you want to call us and ask question, you can call. It will answer you. But if you
yeah,
call from an agent, so you call agent to agent.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing, and
Crazy.
people get a little bit worried and think, okay, where are we going? But have a look at the agricultural industry, where farms would have hundreds of people working on the farm, and now there are very few people working on the farm. It can be a lot automated. Robots are
Yeah.
True.
farming there. Crops are being, fed their nutrients via drones, etc. So there's lots of innovative ways that other industries have migrated from a very manual process.
Yeah.
And I think us knowledge workers have been a little bit lazy sometimes around the processes that we follow. So I think the next period of time is going to be really exciting for us.
Yeah. Fascinating.
Before we say goodbye, Daniel, can you maybe give the listeners a bit more information about AnyBiz and maybe your 2-minute pitch about what you guys do and why they should have a conversation with you?
Yeah, so AnyBiz is actually the holistic place for agents to do stuff for you, sales, recruitment. It's very easy to start. You invest 5 to 10 minutes, and you can start an agent and do outreach for your potential customers or potential employees, and that's it. And super simple end-to-end solution. You don't need to be an expert in outreach or recruitment. You just need to know few things: what is your business doing, who you want to target, and what makes you different. You tell it to the machine. From that point, everything done automatically. Everything. I know it sounds a bit crazy, but everything is done automatically. So the hardest thing, and this is what we left for the businesses, the hardest thing is to think what are you doing and what makes you different. And this is, as I say, nobody knows beside you as a business owner. So if you know what makes you different, this is AnyBiz can help you to get more customers and to headhunt maybe your potential employees.
It's so interesting you say that bit about being different, because I come up with this all the time. It's like, oh, that basically they'll just say we are different. I'm like, okay, we're different. We've got 3,600 hours in recruitment. We're specialists in this and that doesn't make you different. Like, and I think that's the bit that recruiters struggle with and really need to get to the core of, to be able to understand what does make them stand out, like AI
Why?
or not.
What? Yeah.
It's
Why
so
choose
important.
you? Why choose you?
Exactly.
And obviously, if you
Yeah,
have a business, you for sure have competition. There is no business with no competition, because if the business no competition, the business is not viable, right? So this is the
that's
rule.
right.
Okay, so if you have competitors, why should I choose you and not your competitor? And this is the hardest question. Not the hardest question to do automation on LinkedIn, to write personalized message. This is not hard. This is not hard at all, believe me. I'm doing it, I'm coding it, it's not hard. The harder thing is to think what makes your pizzeria better than the other pizzeria. Why should I choose your pizzeria? That's
Yeah,
it.
amazing. There's the magic sauce, Daniel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is an amazing product, Daniel. Daniel and I spent some time a few weeks back and walked me through his setup there. And to his point, that's probably the trickiest thing you have to think about. What is your differential points? The rest is all taken care for you. It'll even pick up the phone and speak to your prospect to try and convert them into a human phone call as well. So yeah, it's a pretty cool piece of tech if you want to look at it. How's best for people to get in contact with you, Daniel? Where can they reach you?
On the website, anybiz.io, anybiz.io, and everything. Everything is so simple. You can, without even talking to us, you can start the account, or you can. Everywhere there is a button. Talk to us, call us, talk to a human, not a bot. Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah.
amazing. Um, yeah, I'm really excited to go and have a closer look at it as well, Daniel. And thank you so much for coming on, and really wishing you all the best with it. And what a great, what a great product you're building for our industry. Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate your
Thank you
time,
so
Daniel.
much. I was really, really excited to be here, and it was really amazing. I really love always talking about something makes me happy. Talking to you, and thank you so much.
Oh,
Yeah,
pleasure.
thanks, Daniel.
Thanks for joining us for today's episode of the Tech Savvy Recruiter. If you'd like to stay up to date with the latest recruitment trends and insights, make sure that you remember to subscribe so you don't miss an episode. And also, if you'd like to speak to Andrew about turning your tech stack into your secret weapon, or myself around creating an agency that delivers you more money, more meaning, and more freedom, we'd absolutely love to chat. Reach out to us on LinkedIn. Thank you so much for your support. We look forward to seeing you next time.